Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Ayub Nouinou and you are watching Shia Waves live from Imam Hussein TV 3. The Brazilian TV channel O Universal Da published a detailed report in which it talked about a documentary series specialized in the most important religious ceremonies around the world, including the massive pilgrimages performed by Muslims and non-Muslims in the holy city of Karbala. In its report, the channel said the documentary, titled Searching for God by Chilean director and journalist George Said, explored the most wonderful religious and spiritual expressions, their passion and depth at a time when the world is still suffering from a pandemic and tragic moments of war, noting that the director presented a personal account of a field trip he conducted across 4 continents: Africa, Europe, America and Asia. The report added that Said travelled to the beautiful and legendary city of Karbala in Iraq, where he personally witnessed the passion and enthusiasm of Muslims among the followers of the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, as they celebrated and recalled what he described as the great sacrifice of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. The representative of the Shirazi religious authority, Hujjat al-Islam wal-Muslimin, Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, stressed the role of the book in changing human life for the better, and it is the best companion, he said. His statement came during his participation in the activities of the Beirut International Book and Publishing Fair in his 64th session, which was held under the title I Am Reading in Beirut Time, organized by the Arab Cultural Club and the Syndicate of the Publishers Union. Regarding his participation, Ma'ash told Shia Waves agency, saying, "We attended the activities of the Beirut International Arab Book Fair in confirmation of this cultural event that is indispensable in all human societies." He added that during the visit, we had meetings with some publishing houses, during which we emphasized the importance and role of books in changing people's lives for the better. By 2040, the Muslim population in the United States is projected to become the nation's 2nd largest religious group, according to the Pew Research Center. Muslim students often have trouble accessing culturally relevant halal options in public schools, but community-led organizations across the US are working to provide appropriate meal options and improve food security for young people. Halal is an institution and comprehensive quality management system with clear religious guidelines that have been practiced for centuries, Asma Ahad, Director of Halal Market Development at the Islamic Food and Nutrition Council of America, tells Food Tank. Currently, there's no governmental oversight, so there's a lack of trust, Ahad adds. She also adds that the observance of halal extends beyond meat. IFANCA is a non-profit based in Del Pan, Illinois, providing third-party halal oversight throughout the entire supply chain. According to the 2022 Illinois Muslims report, 94% of Muslims in Illinois observe halal guidelines, and Illinois has the largest per capita Muslim population in the US. The report found that 39% of Muslim respondents with school-aged children, along with 32% of students enrolled in college, lack access to halal food at their school. The Chicago Sun-Times reports that Chicago public schools are failing to meet the needs of Muslim students who observe halal. Ahad said that the limited access to halal foods in schools is largely due to a lack of awareness and prioritization, a lack of funding, and a lack of understanding about halal foods and guidelines. This impacts food security for students across all income levels. IFANCA is also working with Chicago Public Schools, Chartwell's Higher Education, Muslim Youth of North America, and the US Department of Agriculture to establish a training program and national halal guidelines for K-12 schools, colleges, and universities to ensure equitable access to certified halal foods. each student needs. Also tonight, rare hand-woven carpets in Holy Shrine of Imam Hussein celebrated the 7-year anniversary of 1,000 Shia who were killed by the Nigerian army while they were reviving mourning ceremonies in the city of Zaria. This year, the Nigerian army claimed at the time that the death toll was only 7 people, which was denounced by Shia leaders in the country. At the time, local and international human rights groups strongly condemned the extrajudicial killings and described the army's actions as excessive killing, while the investigation Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his family on the tragic anniversary of the martyrdom of his pure daughter Fatima al-Zahra, peace be upon her. Shia mourners participated in the Fatimid mourning ceremonies Former Arua City Mayor Isa Katu said the current cemetery, opened in 1918, located within the city, is full and can no longer accommodate any dead bodies. The most dangerous of which is the terror of the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, and to remember the great calamities that they experienced. A statement by the Office of the Supreme Religious Authority, His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi, in the The game will be held at the Al Bayt Stadium. Match prayers upon the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his progeny, as they shake the stands, activists said on Twitter. France and its leadership have long faced scrutiny over anti-Arab and Islamophobic sentiments. African nation in World Cup history. The Department of Warehouses at Imam Hussein Holy Shrine announced the recruitment of experts from outside Iraq specialized in the field of evaluating and determining the age. Somalia, Ethiopia and Afghanistan top IRC's list of countries most at risk of deteriorating humanitarian crisis in 2023. More details in the
$339 million people will be in humanitarian need next year, an increase of 65 million year over year. The IRC estimates that the 20 countries on its annual
We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. carpets in holy shrine of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Afghanistan,